Hi everyone, so I recently asked you what kind of topics you want me to talk about for future videos, and a surprising number of people, maybe 5 to 10 people, said they wanted me to talk about motivation. And I talked about this a long time ago, but I thought I would talk about it again and just kind of give some thoughts and some things that help me stay motivated when I don't want to draw, or when I just can't draw, or I just don't feel like drawing. Here's some things that help me, and if you have anything that helps you stay motivated to draw, definitely let me know in the comments. It can help other people too. So the first thing that motivates me more than anything else, and it's kind of hard to find on its own, it just kind of hits you randomly when you're not expecting it, and then it makes you want to draw. And that is inspiration, and more specifically, finding other artists to inspire you. And usually this will happen when I'm like scrolling through Instagram and I see like some kind of drawing that just really inspires me, and I see another one and it makes me want to try something, and it just gives me an idea for a drawing, and I just have to draw. And those moments are rare, but they happen, and maybe you can make that happen for yourself if you go and look at your favorite artist's account, or you look for new artists, or anything like that. Sometimes seeing what other people are doing can make you, like, it can give you a good idea, or it can make you want to try the technique that they're doing, and that can make you want to draw. And another thing that kind of ties into inspiration is, I would say is helpful, is to go outside and just like go and like see some nature. Go on a nature walk, go to the park, maybe just walk down the sidewalk, walk down the main street of your town, or just anything like that. You might see something cool that kind of sparks an idea for a drawing. Make sure you take pictures of any like interesting things you see, because sometimes nature will give me an idea to draw, or it'll just make me want to draw, or I'll see like a really cool tree, and then I'll think, oh man, I really want to draw that tree. I'll sit down to draw, and then I end up not drawing a tree, and I end up drawing something completely different, but it still got me to actually draw something. So going on a nature walk can really help your inspiration, or sometimes it can just be a nice good break, because taking a break is important. If you're just out of ideas, or you just don't want to draw, if you've been pushing yourself too hard, try to take a break if you can, because it can really help. Now, something that helps me a lot, because I have a YouTube channel and I have to post Tuesdays and Fridays, and I really like to keep to my schedule because it's a good time frame that works for me. I always want to have art for the video, so some kind of artwork. I need to have something prepared for each video. So in a way, that's sort of like having a time limit for yourself, or having a deadline. So something that you could do, if you post your art online, try to say, I want to post every 3 days, or every other day, or twice a week. I need to post something, and that's kind of like a time limit for yourself. Or if you're going to sit down to draw something, set a timer and challenge yourself to at least draw for just that amount of time, just 30 minutes. You could even set a schedule, so every day between 4:30 and 5 I draw something, and you can take it longer than that. But if you tried to kind of like hold yourself accountable somehow to actually make art, then it kind of helps motivate you to actually do it, because sometimes you just don't want to draw, and what you need is just a little push that gets the ball rolling, and then you kind of realize, you kind of like get into the flow of it, and you start to enjoy it, and then you are glad that you decided to draw. So my point for this one was to set a timer, see if holding yourself accountable or challenging yourself helps to motivate you. And motivation is so hard to get. It's not something that comes easily. It can be really, really hard to motivate yourself to do things. It's just, it's one of the hardest things about being an artist, in my opinion, is trying to keep up with motivation, because it's so easy to just not want to do anything, mostly because of all the pressure you put on yourself and just everything like that. I think the more pressure you put on yourself, the less you want to do things, because you feel like it all has to be perfect, or it's just like a bad art day, or you just can't get yourself to draw. It's not easy, so don't worry if you have a hard time getting motivated, because it's not easy. And I think you'll go through stages where you're really motivated and stages where you're really not motivated, or even like it might change every day, or it might change as the hours go by in a day, or it could last for months. But it's important to know how to make yourself draw when you're unmotivated, if it's not going to be straining yourself too much. So another tip is to try to listen to something while you draw that you enjoy a lot, so at least that aspect of the process you can look forward to. I like to listen to podcasts while I draw because there's no video component, it won't distract me that way, and podcasts make me really, really focused on what I'm doing. So I would definitely recommend that you listen to podcasts while you draw, or songs, or anything with audio, maybe even an audiobook. It really helps me to stay motivated, and sometimes I look forward to drawing because I get to listen to a podcast. So that is something that helps me so much. Just having something on in the background, it really helps me stay focused. Even though it's kind of like your attention is kind of on two different things, it's not really. It helps to keep me from getting distracted because I'm focused on listening to the podcast and drawing. There's nothing else that I can possibly be doing at that time. So it keeps me from procrastinating and looking at my phone and stuff like that. So listening to a podcast is so helpful. Please try it if you haven't. Another thing that could motivate you, just in general, is to think about a new exciting project that you could do. Try to find something that makes you excited. Like me recently, I've been looking into trying to get different products made. So I already ordered enamel pins, and I really want to make wooden pins, and I finally found a place to do it, and now I just got to think of the designs, and those make me really, really excited to get them all made up and manufactured. So that kind of makes me want to draw, in the sense that I have to draw to create the designs for the project. So try to find something related to drawing, some kind of project that you can get excited about that makes you want to draw. And that's a lot easier said than done. You can't just force yourself to be excited, but maybe you can find something that does make you excited. Another thing that I always say about motivation is to try to keep a sketchbook and try to sketch every day or as often as you can. I've not been following this rule lately. I haven't been using my sketchbook as much as I should, and I really should get back into my sketchbook. I'm gonna do that. I will. This will be my little motivational push to get myself to start sketching again. I still sketch, just not as much as I did a few months ago. So I gotta keep doing that. Sketchbooks just kind of get you used to drawing every day. If you don't know what to draw, at least you have your sketchbook just to experiment with stuff or play with color. And another thing I just thought of right now, I didn't write it down, but I thought of it, is to look at color palettes, because sometimes color really, really inspires me, because I'll see a color palette and I'll think, oh, that's such a nice, I really like those colors, I want to make a drawing with those colors in the drawing. And then just because of those colors, you've created a drawing to see what the colors look like together in an illustration. Try to find color palettes that inspire you and make you want to create something out of them. I think that would be a lot of fun. The more I think about this, the more ideas I have, because getting yourself new stationery or new art supplies could make you want to draw. That isn't a guarantee, because you might just be imagining yourself drawing and then not actually want to draw. But often if you get a new pen that you really like, you can force yourself to draw, and you'll enjoy the process because it's a new pen and you'll have fun with the new pen. And if you really just can't motivate yourself, you just can't do it that day, don't feel bad about it, because it happens to everybody. It happens to me a lot, so don't feel bad about it. But something that I like to do if I just don't want to draw in that moment, I try to find something productive to do. So try to find another hobby that kind of inspires you. So I used to crochet all the time, and I kind of have been wanting to do that again. So try to find something that isn't drawing, that's a hobby that you can switch between when you don't feel like drawing, so you can go from one task to the other. I used to do this all the time when I was younger, and now I just alternate between a bunch of different drawings and art related stuff. So a lot of you requested this video, and I really hope that this helped all of you somehow find a way to get more motivation, because it's not easy, it's very hard to do. But if you find little tricks that kind of work for you to get you into the art mood, then I'm really glad that you have, because that's a really important skill to have, to make yourself do work. It's important to be able to know how to do that, but it's also very difficult. So I really hope this video helped you. Thank you for the suggestions, because this is actually a really good topic idea, so thank you. If you have any other suggestions, of course, let me know. If you have anything that motivates you, definitely leave it in the comments because other people will find it helpful and so will I. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.